Throws a mean right hook. Shooty. Shooty. Good girl, Shooty. Shooty is a good girl. What's the matter, Shooty? Are you shitty, Shooty? Shooty, you're so skinny. You need a souvlaki. We put a meat on your bones. If you've been following these videos for a few years, you remember that Sooty likes being spoken to like an old Greek woman. Shooty. Shooty, good girl, Shooty. Shooty is a good girl. Shooty, why are you turning your back on me? Are you shitty, Shooty? Oh, those two make me laugh. Makes ninja noises. Talking to an old bloke standing in the park the other week, talking about infiltrators. Infiltrators in the movement. I'm like, infiltrators are the least of our worries. We are our own worst enemy. We are each other's worst enemy. To the point where we are the enemy here. Forget this fucking Great Reset shit. Won't work. Don't worry about it. You two. Been inside all day. Bit rainy. Don't worry about that. Worry about the Great Awakening. Trying to think about what that is. Because it doesn't look like anything. The Great Reset doesn't look like anything. It doesn't work. The Great Awakening doesn't look like anything either. It's inside of us. Doesn't matter what you've got to work through. Depression, anxiety, fighting with each other, money issues, whatever's your flavour. We've all got it. Moving through that is the Great Awakening. But it's not quite so easy, is it, to look inside, rather lay blame and justify, blame each other. Oh, if that person wasn't like that, everything would be all right. Oh, if nothing had happened to me when I was a kid, that'd be all right. So it's like looking in the, blame the reflection. So it's like looking in the mirror, seeing something on your face, licking your thumb and wiping the mirror. Don't look inside yourself. Someone else is going to come and save us. So I keep talking about this because I could rev up, go off, swear a lot, blame everybody, name names, justify. Gets all the hits. It's great fun. It's enjoyable. Did it for years. I said, have to do this. We don't have the numbers. And I've said it how many times? People power is the only thing that's going to win this, but we need people who are in their power. Better off having 6 people who are totally in their power, standing staunch in their energy with intention, not moving, who know who they are and what they're doing, rather than a million people walking around in circles, waving flags and holding signs up, not really knowing what they're looking to achieve or who they are in it. So now we've got the numbers. So now my role in this, and we've all got roles in this, is creating powerful people. It's inside of us. People power is inside of us. Can't give your power away. And there's no power in other people either. I'm happy to do this. But if I ran for Parliament, like some people said, whatever, wouldn't make any difference right now. Wouldn't make any difference. But if people stepped into their power, then people will start running for Parliament. People will start making change. The world reflects that. Got to stay with me on this. It's a difficult one, and I'm dumbing it down. The answers are inside of us. And that goes for anyone who's implicit in this as well. If the cops stepped into their power and their truth, the army or whoever else is making this possible, or aiding it, or not keeping their mouths shut, doctors, everyone. Can't be in your truth and do that. So they're just as lost as everybody else. Don't worry about them. Don't worry about infiltrators. Can you imagine the report? Can you imagine the report came out of one of the stand in the parks? The report sheet. Well, Mary had a cup of tea. There was a young 6-year-old kid in smiley face fatigues. Someone brought some lovely cupcakes that had smiley faces on them. They were absolutely delicious. Passion fruit icing. At some stage, 2 dogs nearly had a fight and a kid shat himself and had to get taken home. All in all, it was a great day. I mean, all we're doing is standing in our truth. Don't have to worry about them. And it's going to get worse. It's going to get a lot worse. Might have to adjust what means a lot to us. Maybe that house didn't mean quite so much. Maybe the money didn't mean quite so much to us. Maybe that status didn't mean quite so much to us. And it might get real bad. Might be in soup kitchens, living with other family members. Whatever. Might fucking lose your legs. It's got to adjust our meaning of what means a lot to us. But if we're fed and warm and dry and around loved ones and people who love us and we're in our truth, then that's all that matters. And we're not fucking special here. Look at history. Look at history. Not the first people to go through adversity, are we? And look at what's happening around the world. Still a lot of shit going on. A lot of people watching this never really had to deal with any shit. Spoiled fucks, a lot of us. You just got to let it be there. I remember when you were a kid, when your mum used to say, you better eat your dinner. There's lots of kids in Africa who love that dinner. And she's right. Absolutely, of course. And look, you're going through a lot harder stuff than we do and are and were. But that only works 50% of the time as well. Yeah, you've got to be grateful for what you've got and get your bearings, but you've also got to let a lot of this stuff be there. A lot of sadness and grief. Bitterness. A lot of tears, a lot of shame in the world. You've got to let it be there. Can't run away from it. You can't justify that. And the stiff upper lip only works half the time. It's 50-50, straight down the middle, but only half the time. Let's stay in that essence, because that essence is brilliance, isn't it? I was saying the other day, we're pure brilliance and love piled with shit piled on top. And it's true. We are. So we've just got to keep dealing with what's coming up as feelings rather than thoughts and staying in the frequency of that essence, of that love, and not deviate at all costs. Stay as infinite in a finite world. And don't blame ourselves, don't blame others, and particularly don't blame others. It's no one's truth to attack someone else's truth. And no one's coming to save you. I've used to have heaps of trolls, but there's still people saying that stuff about what they think I should do. And I'm like, I started standing in the park, ran all those rallies in Sydney till I got arrested, funded them all, paid massive legal bills, do all of these videos, but unless I do what they think I should do, when they think I should do it, then I'm not good enough. And I don't say it about me, I couldn't give a fuck what people... Battery thing. But even if I did do that, it's still not going to answer anything. They're not in their truth. No one's coming to save us. And it will get worse. They might bring out something that actually kills people. If this V kicks in, or much more people take it much further, then that's going to cause a lot of problems. Big financial adjustment coming. And they're going to create this infighting. We've got to be bigger than that. We've got to find this bigger space, not get provoked, not put our power in anything other than our truth. Then we win. So we've already won. If that's the default frequency, then we've already won. Just have to scrape the shit off top and rise above. And know that that's not the answer. If you find that frequency and you depain yourself and learn how to feel instead of thinking, and that's the question, not the answer, then it starts and it never ends. There's constantly something. You've got to keep that energy flowing. Trade in the currency of energy. Anyway, heavy censorship here on Facebook still for me. So I'm moving across to Odyssey. All of the other videos are over there. All of this sticks together. I haven't deviated in 2 years since I've done this. Haven't deviated. And I'll be doing some lives over there that I'm not doing on Facebook. We've got to wean ourselves off this evil cow. And in other news, I've thought of a name for a female to male sex change operation. If it's becoming so popular these days, probably needs a name. I think we should call it a female to male sex change operation and addictomy. Anyway, have a good weekend.